How's everyone doing? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. We're back this Sunday with another video. This time we're gonna do a tour of the kitchen and the few tanks we got just outside in the dining room. We'll start off with our first rack here. We've got 20-gallon long up top, some nice Madagascar lace plants, as well as our blue steels. We've also got a nice bloom from the Madagascar lace plant. Might get lucky, get some seeds, some nice sprouts, some rose moss. And then we've got our backup black tiger orange eye tank, 30-gallon tall, or 29, sorry. This is just the backup tank. If you saw our last video, the main tank is just a 10-gallon, but it's just exploded. We only had these guys in here 6 months. I just threw 10 of them in here to get it going. We've already got some juveniles growing up, but not bad for a backup tank. Plenty of space for these guys to grow out and populate so we don't run out of stock for these guys. And then another 29-gallon tall. We've got our black tybees. These were originally Michelins crossed with orange eye blue tigers, and then around F3, F4, I threw in some ghost bees and gave them the nice back lines, and I've got my zebra ghost bees out of these guys as well. Just a nice planted tank with some Pogos erectus, some Cryptocorn compacta, some Liquidia repens hybrid, and the dwarf hairgrass and the Marcella, whatever the plant's called, with the single leaf plantlets. I'm horrible with plant names in Latin especially, so you'll have to excuse me. You're just here for the shrimp though, right? So then we've got Shelby's little Nano tank with our orange yellow 24 karat Neocaridina. Now, I always try to recommend these guys go on black substrate. They don't quite look as nice as they would on black. On white, they have a good camouflage reflex and they try to blend in. However, I don't mind it with these guys because I'm trying to get these Rillies going. There isn't any Yellow King Kong Rillies out there, so this is my tank. I'm trying to get these guys going. That's like one of 3 that I have, so hopefully the genetics will get going and I can branch those guys off onto their own tank and get that line stable. And then on the counter we've got a little dry scape tank, bunch of different plants, some Bucephalodendra or Bucephalodendra, no one knows how to pronounce that right, some repens, some downoi, some other ferns. And then on top of our refrigerator we've got a little 5-gallon grow out tank for some Enderlers, and then we've got some Tang Thai up here. I'm just gonna grab the ladder real quick. Nothing special with these guys. Just tangerine tigers crossed with crystal shrimp, and then a couple different generations into it. Nice little planted tank up top. And then we've got another 20-gallon long with our raccoon tigers. It's a wild type tiger, but pretty much all of them look identical. They're not much different varieties or patterns or anything like that. They all look fairly the same. And if you notice, these are the corner matin filters. I got these from Matthew Grant at Printed Reefing Solutions. Great little filters. I got some shrimp stuck and trapped behind the back. It's not the filter's fault. I just flooded the tank a little bit too high and they climbed up over to get all the goodies in the back, and I just kind of let them be and hang out back there. So these are the tanks on like the left side of the kitchen. Then we've got the dragon stone, which started out as no plants, but nature always finds a way. And if you can see, closely, there's like some mini Physidens moss trying to make its way in there. I'm not sure exactly what variety it is. I did not have any of this dragonstone in another tank that could have gotten this, but this is just our snowball Neocaridina tank inside. I try to keep one tank of everything inside just in case something happens outside. Everybody asks why they call them snowballs. I think it's quite clear. It looks like they're packing a bunch of snowballs when they're pregnant. A bunch of little babies. I thought this would be a great shrimp for this tank. I didn't want a lot of color, and I thought a bunch of ghost looking shrimp running through the mountains would give it that ghostly feature effect. And when we're catching shrimp outside in the greenhouse, even if I don't have culls on the list for packing out that day or anything like that, I never put a cull back in the tank, so I'll just throw them in a cup, bring them inside and throw them in this tank until somebody puts an order for culls or wilds or whatever it has be. And we just got done with our Black Friday sales. Well, if you're watching this video on Sunday, we still got one more day. tgoeshrimp.com. I think that's the first time I plugged the website in, but if you want to get a hold of those Black Friday sales, our prices will not be this cheap again until next year, so take advantage of that. You got one day left. Lots of culls, dollar culls, $2 Caradinas. And then this is one of our videos, or tanks from one of our past videos. We got some mixed Danios that Shelby wanted from the auctions. And then we've also got some of our Blue Dreams that we were taking some photos of for a label, but decided not to use that photo. And I didn't want to put them back outside because it was really late at night. Some of them were buried, so I put them in this tank, and they've already started to populate the tank with some Blue Dreams. Some under the boost. Real nice quality on the Blue Dreams. And then we've got the Enderler grow-out tank. And then this was our Green Tiger project tank, but the Green Tigers, they throw so many culls, this being on top of the refrigerator, it just wasn't a smart idea. So I'm gonna put something else in there, probably Tangerine Tigers or Yellow King Kong, something that really don't need any culling or any work to them. So in the entertainment center video, I brought it up, I mentioned having another plan, but I never went back and actually talked about having the other plan. So we were just at Petco today. They had their $1 per gallon sale. It's their final day. We went in, we cleaned them out of all their 10-gallon tanks. We've got a rack going up in Layla's room. It's gonna be 32 or 36 tanks. Not sure exactly which one we're gonna do yet. But the plan is to get all the shrimp out of these tanks and move them into the tanks in Layla's room once they're cycled. Once that's done, we're gonna take down and sell these racks in these tanks, and we're gonna set up a mega rack. It's gonna hold almost 100 shrimp tanks, all 10 gallons. We're gonna mount the TV on the fireplace, so that's gonna be out of the way, and we're gonna have probably 5 rows of racks all the way up, and then the very top of the roof we'll have the Alita, so it all trickles down with the gravity and makes it easier for the pump. All closed loop system, and that's gonna allow us to start up way more breeding projects and crossbreeding and stuff like that for the future. So if you wanna watch us put all that together, just be patient with us, but subscribe for future content, and we'll bring you along for the ride. Thanks for watching.